Boreda. Boreda. It's good morning in Welsh, by the way. Just making my way through the chat. Just give me a sec. Thumbs up for the thumbnail, thumbs for thumbs. Morning Commander. Morning Corinne. Morning Josh. Morning Johan. Morning Wattage. Morning Dude. Morning Wahoo Rice Cooker. He's got too many titles now. Scott's got too many titles. Morning Zach. Morning Daniel. Morning Gareth. Morning Samuel. Morning Mike. Morning Rob. Morning Ian. It is a Saint Piran ride. It's a Saint Piran meetup, yes. But it's today is a day for recovering from yesterday. We've got skip the coffee. What are you talking about? Got coffee right here. Today's challenge, okay, I'll give you a little bit of lowdown on it. So we're doing this 60-minute ride now with Matt. Matt's a teammate of mine on Saint Piran. Not sure where he lives actually. Matt, if you're in the chat, let us know where you live. We're all interested. The ride is just a steady ride. I don't think there's any like, I think it's basically to bring awareness to the team and to bring, I mean that's hence what we're doing here almost, like you guys are seeing some of the riders and some of the Saint Piran development team riders are also riding on this group ride as well, so there's probably going to be a bit of chat going on. You can talk amongst yourselves and listen in probably, but yeah, the whole point of this is just a casual ride, and then we're doing a recovery race then after it. No, it's not a recovery race. It's the after party race, which for those of you that are maybe familiar with an after party race, usually ends on a hill. This one today ends on Libby Hill, which is the cobble climb in the Richmond world, which is not really a climb. You know, it's like 600 meters, 400 meters of cobble climbing. So Gus is actually racing, my teammate Gus Booman for Wahoo Esports. So Wahoo Esports, Wahoo the call. And so I'm gonna be there in support of Gus. Gus has got like a much bigger snap than me, much bigger kick, much bigger raw power in those short durations. So we're gonna ride for Gus, and well, just be there, like be around him, and then in the finish, like the last kilometre, just kind of make sure I'm nearby, and to stay with him for as long as possible, because he will likely be able to get a good finish, as opposed to me, whereas I'll just be flapping in a 1 minute flat out effort. So morning Matt, no worries. I'm glad I could be here. I was umming an hour in about it. I was like, can I fit it in, can I not? And then it's a decent time. 9 o'clock is a good time. So no, thanks for putting it on, Matt. Cheers for that. Leaked the design for what? The t-shirts? I haven't leaked the design yet, no. Morning, Keith. Yeah, it's gonna be. Well, for me, it's gonna be. So I did a good ride Saturday. Then I obviously did a big ride with Phil and some of the Wahoo guys on Sunday. Did a really strong effort yesterday, and obviously that's going to be in my legs today. So today I'm just thinking about using it as like a transition day to the next block, which will be tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Might even stretch it to the weekend. It depends. I'm playing it because of the situation and where we're at. I'm not usually planning so far ahead anymore. I'm usually planning like 3 or 4 days ahead. So just enough, to kind of give me an idea of what that block will look like, and then when I get there, I reset and go another 4 days, so or 3 days. So I'm constantly kind of on it to make sure that I'm not overstretching myself, but also not losing. I know, they want it. I will, I'm going to do a vlog then. I'm going to do a video vlog, because that's what a vlog is, obviously. And I will actually, like the next video, you'll see the designs, and you can have your say in it. How does that sound? Oh, we don't get dropped here now. That's alright, Keith. You never miss it on YouTube, that's the thing. You can always come back to it. We will have a T-boat. Is there a race on this evening? Have you got a race in mind? Is that why you're asking? I really should have changed my name to Saint Piran for this. But hey ho. Good morning, Sean. Yeah, I think the pack will stay together, yeah. I'm not sure if Ollie's in this ride, you'll have to keep an eye out. Give Gus the best chance. Later, we're probably going to have to just position him for that final kilometre, really. Oh, the 3R. No, I'm not riding that tonight. Today's a bit of a transition day. The Lacol kit, the Wahoo Lacol kit, I really love it. I really rate the shorts. Ooh, Zwift monochrome kit. I really rate the shorts because the breathability of the material is really, well, it's really good, basically. And so is the mesh jersey, which is just over there, ready for the race after this. Oh, I'll definitely watch it later if it's live streamed. Yeah, I've seen the Sundrive kit, yeah. What bib am I wearing? Are you being serious, or are you, what do you mean bib? Bib, or bib shorts? I think Corner is on this ride, yeah. I think he's up at the front. Ross is hanging around with me at the back. The bib shorts, they're like this mesh. It's like holes everywhere, all over it. Like all the way down the mesh, all the way down the bib, all the way down the side and the front of the thigh, and the side of the thigh. Any teammates I don't like? No. Never is. I'm too laid back for that. I'm too laid back to dislike anybody. No, I haven't got the ceramic speed thing yet. Yeah, it's gonna be good, Messi and Boniface. Yeah, go for it, Keith. Go for it. We'll be in full support. Probably not, Scott. I've seen your quads, especially from certain angles. They look a lot bigger than others. You need to teach me that, because my calves are very small. Although I'm not sure it works with calves, it works with quads. Yeah, if you go to Saint Piran's website, or just search Saint Piran Pro Cycling on Google, then there's a shop section on their website, and you can buy lots of stuff. You can buy coffee, you can buy a short, you can buy biscuits, yeah, which is something that I've held off for a long time. You can get a lot of things. You can also buy the helmet. I think that's actually discounted at the minute. You can buy a lot of things through Saint Piran, and that obviously helps the team. I love this Eggheads thing. This is just this is new, but it sounds so cool. It's like Eggheads, but Eggheads. Charlie's going to do some yoga in the background now. So you get a bonus, you get a double whammy when you tune in for my live streams. you get to learn some good pain faces, and you also get to see my legs moving and everything. Yeah. You also get to see Charlie in the background. Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh, you could have it in your turbo room. You wouldn't have to have it in your car. You could just have a. It's like Phil, Mr. Lovett. He has a Boba Fett, doesn't he? He has a motivational Boba Fett in his Zwifting room. So you could definitely have like a bobbing head, a bobblehead. And you call it a bobblehead. Or you could even get those the bobble hats. You know, the woolly hats that they wear at cyclocross. You could get those and call them bobbleheads. Hey Tristan. How you doing, sir? Hey look, it's Valverde. Oh my word. My legs do not like me today. Oof. Whoa, look at that! 45 km an hour. Boom! So we've contacted Wahoo. See if we can get a Kickr bike for hill climbing season. Practicing the old gradient simulation. I've contacted Zwift to see if they will do a group ride that anybody can enter. Yeah, this is the Saint Piran ride, yeah. Led by one of the riders, Matt Ellis, who's jumped into the chat a few times. He might still be here actually. If you are, say hi, Matt. When for the ride, you mean? The someone say KOM? Hey. Yeah, we don't know about the Zwift thing yet. We need to actually touch base with them to see if they want it. See if they want to do something similar to what docu-series did. Well, hopefully they do. And they'll take me up on the offer. If not, then we'll just do a group ride like this. The idea would be to yeah, that's it. They've been tagging me on Twitter. Fair play to the Eggheads. But yeah, like for me, I would gladly put on a group ride like this for you guys, and then we live stream at the same time, just like I'm doing right now, doing a group ride and live streaming, and then any questions regarding, because it would be around hill climbing specifically, or getting better at hilly things, then you know, the chat would be on YouTube rather than on Zwift. So oh, you're on that. I don't think we're coming past you, DJ. We'll soon see now. I've actually got trainer difficulty on 100% as well. Although you can probably guess that on my cadence. Because it's so unrealistic. Like, not so much the actual, this specific trainer, but just 100% training difficulty. Just does not seem. I got a few comments again yesterday about it, like riding up the epic KOM at 90 RPM. You know, when we were going up the tower at the very end, people were like, so you're riding 90 RPM up a 14% gradient. How is that possible? And I was like, in the real world, I'd be able to do it. Like, I'm going 400 watts here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing 7 watts per kilo. So, of course, you know, if I was outside doing 400 watts with 14% gradient, I'd be doing like 90 RPM. So it is realistic. The only difference is the torque is different. But then, I don't know. I don't know how long I can go on answering that question, hence why. Well, that's right in a way, Len. You know, that is right in a way. Like, I don't like to say it myself, but you can, to a certain extent. I know it's down to your gearing, but I think I will race. I will do races. If people want me to race on 100% training difficulty, I'll do it. It won't make much difference. You know, I'll just have to get used to it. you know, a little bit more. I'll have to get used to riding and changing gear and kind of watching the gradient rather than feeling the gradient, because in the real world, innit, you kind of feel the gradient physically and then you change gear, whereas on Zwift you can't see the gradient. Well, you can, but like there now it's gone to -1 and I couldn't see that. Yeah, we would have a meltdown at our cadence. We're just keeping Harry happy by by having 0 trainer difficulty. Yeah, I know Lionel Voyasin, depends on what part of the world you're from. Lionel is actually rides at like 30 to 40% training difficulty. You know, and that's, I've never ridden at those difficulties, I don't think. You know, that's really low. But, you know, each to their own. There's a reason why we have training difficulty. You know, it's for people to have the option. Go away, Mark. Go away. Keep riding, keep pulling me along. I bet he's listening as well. I bet you're listening, Matt. Matt's actually racing the race after this, so he'll be with us for the next 2 hours. I'll just gradually warm up it. Samuel, the Saint Piran membership. It's a good question. It's a good question. So, if you go on their website, there should be a fair amount of information there on it, but it's kind of like a subscription package, and you get certain perks. Obviously, with things the way they are at the minute in the world, it depends what you want from it. Because you can have like discount on, you know, stuff at the shop. You can have a chance to ride with the team. You can have you know, certain products delivered, blah blah blah. So it all depends what you want out of it, and then that depends on which kind of tier you go for. So there's a lot to get your head around on the website, but it all goes back to the team, which in this current state we're in, it's difficult to see where we're going to be. But funnily enough, like, you know, I haven't done anything for the team this year. You know? There's only a couple of us that have actually raced. And I haven't raced. So, I don't know. I'm thinking this is almost what my life would be like. Obviously, aside from lockdown, but the last like 2 months, this is what my life would be like if I wasn't racing for a road team. So not that I'd be riding on Zwift every day, obviously, or racing on Zwift, but I would certainly be, travelling around in the UK. I'd be like creating a lot more content around, my build-ups to Sacalobra, which obviously didn't happen, but judging off of yesterday's power numbers, highly likely that I would have beaten that Sacalobra time that I was trying for. So it's all positive, but this, my last 2 months, because I haven't been road racing, it's kind of given me an insight into what my life would be like, minus we wouldn't do as much Zwift racing. We'd still enjoy it and still keep doing it because you obviously enjoy it. I enjoy it. I get a lot out of it, believe it or not. Both from a community point of view and from like a personal goal point of view. So I still get a lot out of it. And say come the end of this year, yeah, all of it. My money was on him anyway. Well, not literally, but yeah. No, Saint Piran aren't a continental team. Yeah, that's it as well, Lord. Like, that's it as well. But I feel like we're all like really close together. Do you know what I mean? Like 6,000 of us are really close. I don't feel like I'm at 10,000 and it's like really diluted. But yeah, Ovid did a really good race yesterday. But I kind of have my money on it. Saint Piran are looking to race. They're looking to step up next year and race the Tour Britain, Tour Yorkshire, things like that. But this year I don't think any road races are going to happen. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think anything's going to happen. Yeah, that's right, Lord. Yeah. I don't think that's a secret, is it? I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, if you've just put 2 and 2 together, then yeah, Ribble are a Conti team, and therefore they can get into the Tour Britain. So yeah, Lamps wanted to ride for Ribble, still help out Saint Piran, which is greatly appreciative of. But it also allows him to pursue what he wants to do, and that's really flexible. That's really good. I gotta be honest with you. I've really enjoyed. Yeah, more wattage. They do want to go Conti. You need to pay a certain amount of money, not riders, the team. The team have to pay a certain amount of money to step up that level. They've also got to have riders of that caliber to step up to that level. They've got to prove that they're capable of being at that level. And they've got to have that security, through sponsorship. So there's lots of things to think about. It's not just, simply stepping up. But yeah, Josh, like what I've really enjoyed in the last 2 or so weeks is what we managed to do. That's right, also, yeah, money. Feel a song coming on. No, what I've realised in the last couple of weeks You know the KOM on Cyclist that we were going for? Like, I was really like aiming at that, and then like when we looked at when we looked like we were going into lockdown, we had to change my direction, and we went for the Alpha Zwift KOM, which we didn't get, but then it was very much like the amount of views that generated, which, like, I'm not focused on the views, I'm focused on myself, giving myself a goal and a target. So when I set that goal and that target, it created that hype. And so the views that I had and the feedback from you guys and everything from that was equally as good as when I won the British Hill Climb Championship, believe it or not. The video and the build up to that. And it got me thinking, like, I could very easily, the way I am right now, start to look at really putting more emphasis on pursuing those personal goals and creating that documentation for you and bringing you along on that, because those little, you know, goals and those targets, they actually bring out a lot of value to both you and me. And it got me thinking, like, we could do a couple of projects, you know, every year for the next 5 years or so. You know, while I've, you know, touch wood, got these legs, you know, we could travel, we could do Sacrogo, we can do Taiwan, you know, we can do the Alps, we can do the Dolomites, you know, we can do training camps, we can do anything. And thanks for the ride on. Get in touch with them, Moshi. Get in touch with them, the development squad. Get in touch with them. You love my picture on Swift Companion. Yeah, see, Scott, you're listening in the background, I could tell. But yeah, it's something that it's really whetted my appetite, and a lot of it is down to you guys. You know, I actually did an Instagram story last night, and I said, you know, what's the biggest thing you get out of me? Like, what do you watch me for? What do you follow me for? And it kind of like goes without saying that a lot of you follow me because of what I do, like, outside of racing a bike, against other people. You do follow me for that, but it often comes down to you following me because of how I seem to come across and how I kind of focus on things and try to make them happen. And I've taken inspiration myself from people that I've seen, not so much in the cycling space, but in, like, the fitness industry, which is a completely different industry to a certain extent. But those people that grow and help and try to, and that's only come from, like, it's only kind of come from me being in my local cycling club. That's where it all comes back to, I feel. Like, the way I'm still in my cycling club, I joined the cycling club, that's where I started. And that's where I kind of, it's always been the same. Oh, thanks, Quentin. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Yes, David. Yeah, well, yeah, that's got a lot of attention, isn't it? But I don't think I don't think the hill climb season will go ahead. I mean, we're going to be ready for it. Don't get me wrong, we're going to be ready for it. But I don't think it's going to go ahead. I don't think it's right necessarily to try and rush things to that nature. But then also, I think like, yeah, you're right, yeah, by the end of the summer, I reckon so, but I think, you know, getting everybody together to do it will be tough. But we'll be ready for it, yeah. But we'll see what that brings. You know, if Taiwan doesn't happen this year, it'll happen next year. The thing is as well that Pritchard touched on this, but the Tour of Britain clashes with the Tour de France. Yeah, I've been to Regent's Park. I've ridden through it. Taiwan was going to be like a week before the Nationals. So what's that, like mid-October? Something like that, Tom? What's my PR? I'm not giving it full beans on there. What's your PR? You're talking about like a full loop around Regent's Park, I'm guessing. Is there any hills? Yeah, I don't think it'll be viable. I don't think the Tour of Britain will go ahead if there's no World Tour teams, because they're relying on it. They're relying on money, and they need World Tour teams to attract people to watch it. Don't get me wrong, you guys might watch it, you know, if elite teams are in it, but from a business perspective, I think it will be hard. Yeah, the crit series are good. I'm just riding, this is my natural cadence. It's my natural cadence. Oh, that's a good time. My best 10 mile time is like 19:20, I think. It's about 4 years ago. And that was on full time trial setup. I've not ridden on a full time trial setup since, because I don't have my own setup. That was from GLT Condo back in the day. 1930, super quick. Anything under 20 is quick. Now, if any of you get a chance to ride with me outdoors, this is how I ride in real life. I spend a lot of time out the saddle and just like, I don't know, just riding like this basically. Yeah, I get on your TT bike here. I'll enter a local TT over there. Yeah, you're true. You are right, Lord. You are right. But I think it'll be too. Yeah, I think it would. I think they'd just have to stomach it for this year. Stomach like less high profile riders. Lord's just Just an old head and young shoulders. By the way, hello guys, hello. That'd be a good video title. By the way, have you seen did you see the race last night? Any of you see it? I thought they were actually gonna, did they do anything with like like actually getting more information on the stream, or was it just like kind of the same thing but just on Eurosport? Because I know people are expecting like more data. Yeah, the Tour for All. They're expecting more data. They're expecting like, you know, better insights. And I know some of the riders had like cameras on them, wasn't it? But it'd be so much better if they were interacting. You are a legend, Mod. You are a legend. But people think you are. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, I predicted that as well, guys. Snap. Oh, Mark. Yeah. Fixed gear crit. You gotta be from another planet to do those things. No offense. I love it. I love them. But yeah, they are they're a different breed. No, I don't look like a crit type, was I? I don't mind a crit, as long as like it's not dangerous. I actually coach a guy that does fixed gear crits, believe it or not. It's the door. Yeah, we do need more stuff, don't we? Not your stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Q says it's door patrol. Those blasted drug testers.
Yay!
You got it?
Yeah.
I actually, old Alex West commented on my video from yesterday. He was asking for me to do a record when I do an effort like that again, because you can't trust what I did, which is fair enough. Do you know the difference between me being like 65 kilos and 66 kilos? Do you know the difference is 0.2 of a watt per kilo? I think. Something like that. I didn't take it the wrong way or anything. I was a bit surprised because me and Alex have been like, yeah, we don't message or anything, but we've been in contact a little bit. And I like what he does. And I was just curious, like if I'm a kilo out on my weight, for example, that makes a difference. That makes a difference of like 0.2. But then you should be more worried about people who are knocking off 3, 4, 5 kilos, I think. Like when you start talking about the people who are half a kilo heavier or lighter than what their Zwift weight is, then you're talking about very small margins when yesterday's wind was a minute 15. But you're right, I will do a record for the sake of it. But I don't know what it's going to prove, apart from the fact that my power's the same. like my power is actually more outside. I know, Josh, I know. Hello, Team Bet Pup. New name, I like it. Yeah, we're doing a race after this, yes. Yeah, still recording and power meter and Kickr recording is what we need to do, and calibration and weigh myself. So but yeah, it's like for 1 kilo you're not, I mean, yes, there's a difference between winning and losing, but I'm not competitive on those races that are won or lost by marginals. I win or lose in races that are won by seconds on like yeah, this is another long warm up. I know then. But for the minute, I'm not actually doing any race. Oh, no, I don't know about a big solo effort. No, we've got a teammate riding this next race, Gus. Gus is far better than me in the really short, sharp efforts. So what we're going to do is try and get him, there he is. Hello guys. We're going to try and get him strung out near the front for the final climb, which it's a fairly basic race. The next one is just flat with a small hill at the end. It's like a 600 meter sprint basically. So Gus is the man. We've got to repay people, you know? What goes around comes around, and all that jazz. Yeah, 60 seconds might well be. We'll give him some hype. Oh, there's a can of worms. There's a can of worms there. I honestly don't know, but probably. You repay me enough just by being in the chat, mate, and your knowledge. That's all that's needed. I give without expectation, so. What are we saying about Lionel there? Good quote, David. Good quote. I mean, if I was to, when I do a record, and when I do a record, when I weigh in, and when I calibrate and everything else, and I still do 6.5 watts per kilo for 20-25 minutes. And then I go out to Cyclobra at the end of this year and I do 6.8 watts per kilo for 20 minutes. People are still going to say it. People are still going to say, your power meter is rubbish. It's not calibrated. They're still going to say it. So, do you know what? Don't bother me. I shouldn't bother you either. Like, problem is, rule of life that I've been told by the people who are older than me, because believe it or not, apart from some of you guys, most of my friends who I see regularly back at home are all like double my age. They could all literally be my dad. And the rule they keep telling me is, people will always want a piece of you when you're on the way up. When you're there, they want all of you. And as long as you know what you're doing and you know it's right, I won't swear, but I do everything as far as I'm concerned, and that's good enough for me. My PB up Cyclobra is something like 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I think, George. It was like 2.5 years ago on the training camp. It was like at the back end of a ride, I think, and we didn't go flat out up it, so this is why I want to do it flat out, you know what I'm saying? That's right also, yeah. Some will always BS the effort because they can't do it, or they think it's not possible, but we've been doing this for so many years now, it's like, it is possible. And that's what I'm telling, Josh is in the chat, there's young guys who look at me and all seriousness, do generally want to be able to do 6.5 watts per kilo. But in all seriousness, they look at me to say, well, yes, he can do it. And he's been training for 10 years. So they can do it as well. They just need to train for 10 years or 15 years or whatever, That's good, George. That's good. Do you know the average time up Cyclobra is like 50 odd minutes? Fair play. Do you know, you hit the nail on the head there, Bear Pope, like 100%. Actually, morning Dean. Basically, I sent a message to my mate who I ride with most of the time back west, and it's like, he said to me, and quite rightly, people don't understand what the top end is, and they think it's so far out of reality that that's where they put it. They put it on the top shelf and they think, we'll never get to it. But you can get to it, or at least you can come as close as you can dare try to get to it. But there's more people in this world who are legitimately capable of doing 6 watts per kilo per hour. There are more people than we think. And the problem is when they come out of the woodwork and you see them on Zwift and things, people don't buy into it because they've never seen it before, or it's not common. And when something's not common, people get scared of it. If it's outside their comfort zone, they get really freaking scared about it. We're here to educate, but not by preaching. Not by preaching. Zach sent me something really interesting the other day. Zach's a new rider I coach from Perth. He's in the chat sometimes. And he sent me something really interesting from the Australian Institute, Hugo. And they've been doing some studies, and obviously give or take a lot of factors and variables, but they're saying that to be competitive in the national races in Oz, you know, you need 6 watts per kilo for 12 minutes, and that's not like a million miles away from anything. Like a 12-minute effort is actually very, very short. You know, if you really concentrated on it and you really motivated and you really like, you had a little bit of genetic gifting as well, you know, that is there, you know, that is there. In my opinion, I don't have a lot of genetic gifting, but that still doesn't stop you if you train for 10 years. You know, like my effort at the British Hill Climb Champs, which was 12 minutes nearly at 7.3 watts per kilo, that's 100% legit, and that's 100% doable. Paul, who I know from racing, he raced in Italy, he came second to me, only 10 seconds behind or so, roughly the same watt per kilo. So 2 people went over 7 watts per kilo for 12 minutes. It's not impossible. It's rare, but it's not impossible. Yeah, that's right, Len, yeah. We all have our niche. That's true, Tim, that's true. There is a fine line. There is a fine line. There was a very good research paper written about 10 years ago, actually, where they dissected, now hear me out on this, they dissected the BMI of a Grand Tour winner. Now BMI, as most of you know, is not very accurate, but you can gauge what a rider would look like based off their BMI. So when people send me emails saying, I weigh 60 kilos and I'm 177 centimeters, I'm like, oh damn, so they're like roughly the same shape as me, you know, give or take. But you can pick up on that, and there is a sweet spot. There is a sweet spot for that, for Grand Tour winners, it turns out to be. So it's people like Froome is right on the upper end of it, because he's tall. He's right on the upper end of this spectrum, this balance of kind of height and weight, and then power, of course. So I am kind of in a really good position where I used to be 63 kilos, 64 kilos, and now, over the last few years, I've gone down to 60 and 59. And a lot of that has got to do with my development, but a lot of it has got to do with like my specific training and preparation. I've now found a balance of being 60 kilos, and what 60 kilos has allowed me to do is to not be at a point where I'm desperately thin, but I'm now 60 kilos and pushing 380 to 400 watts for 20 minutes. And that is what you're looking for. You're looking for the balance and the tipping point, which is your optimum performance weight for your height. Hugh Carthy, you know, they're all, yeah, Tom Dumoulin, totally transformed his whole ability. Wiggins went very, very thin for the Tour de France, but it's not sustainable. You know, Wiggins is not naturally that size. So, you know, Wiggins was very, very thin, but he, for his height, he would have been like really kind of, the BMI range for most Grand Tour riders, or Grand Tour winners, according to that research, is between 18 and 19 and a half, which for me, I'm like 19.2, 18.8, something like that. But of course, Josh, you think about it now, in 10 years time, when you gain muscle mass, you might end up growing out of that range. You see what I mean? And therefore, you might develop into something else. You might develop into a very, very strong, short-term power rider. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, a lot of people, as they get older, they will gain weight. But for me, I've been very lucky in that I've found that like sweet spot, so to speak. Because I went to the National Hill Climb Championships 2 years ago, and I was sick the night before. I was ill, and I weighed myself the following day, and I was 56 kilos, which was about 2.5 kilos lighter than what I was before I was ill. And I was absolutely terrible. And granted, I was ill, but losing 2 kilos was just like, that sends you over that tipping point, you know what I mean? .4, 4.6, anywhere between 4 and 5 for an amateur is brilliant, you know. And it's not just about FTP, you know. We talk about it all the time, but it's not just about FTP. FTP will win you bike races because, you know, like I explained before, the less time you spend kind of eating into that battery that you have, the less matches you burn. But, you know, if you can do, you know, 4 to 5 watts per kilo for an hour, plus, hey, no worries, Scott. No worries, Scott. I think there's a lot to be said for being able to ride very hard for, you know, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, those sort of time ranges. I think there's a lot to be said for those, you know. There's a lot to be said for those. There's a lot to be said for saving your pennies and then having that weapon in your armory. Even, you know, at the beginning of a race or even at the end of a race, you know, it's a lot to be said. So, yeah, I know, Rob. Yeah. So, I saw Rob race the Sun Tour, and when he went up after the seat, he was in magic form back then, and that was a good few years ago, Zach. But you're right, yeah, he's definitely come on. Yeah, it's why I love cycling as well, then. It's never just a one size fits all. It's brilliant. Yeah, that's right, Robbie. It would be vital. Vital. Because not only, say if your 5-minute power was 400 watts and the Zwift starts are like 410, 420 watts for the first 2 minutes. You've got so much in reserve, you know, that if the pace eases up, you've still got that ability to ride it. So just having that capacity. Right, roger that, Gus. Roger that. Yeah, 100% Michael. It's why I can only just get by in a lot of the races. But like races like yesterday, that's where I shine. So I actually have to pick my battles. When people complain about watts per kilo is unrealistic, like I don't complain that you can do 500 watts for 3 minutes and you like leave me for dust. But then you complain when I do a 6.5 watt per kilo 20-minute effort. Quit your jib jab. That sounds fun, Josh. Best way to improve 1 to 5 minute power. Over and unders. 20/20s, 20 seconds hard, 20 seconds rest, 20 seconds hard, 20 seconds rest. 1.5 minute capacity efforts, 90 second capacity efforts are really good. They're really good. What else we got? Well, actual 5 minute efforts are also very good. 3 minute efforts are very, very good because you can actually repeat them. But yeah, the over and under efforts I'm a big believer in. They've served me well because they not only do they help, because I mean you could do over and under efforts where you do 30 seconds as hard as you can, 30 seconds recovery for like 5 reps. But you can also stretch it out by lowering that 30 second intensity. So you can work on, not only can you work on your maximal power over the short term, but you can work on it over the long term. So hence why I enjoy doing the Superman session, which is 1 minute at like 120% of FTP, 30 seconds rest, and repeating that like 20 times. Yeah, 40/20s are hard. What's the plan, Matt? Well, theoretically, I don't think I really have a plan. The only plan I have is to ride for Gus. Because this finish would not suit me on any day of the week. What would I do for a longer effort? Think outside the box, Glenn. Think about like 40 minutes at like sweet spot with 5 minutes recovery, and then go straight into like 40 minutes of sweet spot again. You know, don't necessarily think that you have to work on the basis of doing like you don't have to do like, you know, 2x20 or 3x20. You know, you can do, you know, you can do like different length ones. Obviously the gold standard for that, for an hour power, would be to do just an hour at threshold. But, you know, that would be kind of like the end goal. You know what I'm saying? Some really good gold standard efforts. If you want to ride an hour at threshold, the session you could do before that hour at threshold, so say, you know, 5-6 days before that hour at threshold, you could do 2 by 45 minute sweet spot efforts. Again, you know, progressively build up to that sort of block, and that would give you like, you know, you're not quite working at threshold, but you've stretched yourself to a whole 90 minutes in total of riding a sweet spot. So you're working just below it, so you're pushing from below. But yeah, give around 10 minutes of recovery between those two 45-minute blocks. Alright, are you ready, guys? It's that time of the stream. There we go. That's the stream of a different kind, yeah. And we're back. So I got a strong light today. Fancy like a bit of a glow. Don't know. Well, my heart rate monitor's I've just seen your message, Q, on Instagram. About the sausage patty. And brush over that. Okay, we've got 100% training difficulty on, guys. So you know. For the crack. Nothing else. How many have we got on you? Ooh, 46 of you. I'm blessed. Sorry, Bob. I'm not always on the bike. There are certain times when I'm not on the bike. You just don't see those times at the minute. Nah, no chance. Leo's got me on something like this. Leo's so strong. We don't play games. Our best hope today is little Gus. Well, he's not little, but Gus is our man. The pub is literally just around the corner. we should definitely have a pub stream, shouldn't we? Okay. I like to party. Everybody does. Ride my bike and listen to the music. Okay. Here we go. All in for Goose. It's gonna be a bit of a... Don't worry, Tom. Can't help. I'm not looking forward to these flat roads. But ain't nothing to it but to do it. We can work on things like bunch positioning and whatnot. What's up, Gareth? Hard race, is it, Bob? I'm just going to practice sitting in the top 10 of this race. Every race has its own little objective. You'll be alright.
Cheers, Jack. It wasn't, that wasn't planned. Hey, Chelsea Conrad, Mr. Ali Slater. How are you, sir? If you're watching, hope you're well. Getting the hang of this right at the front mark. It's actually easier with 100% train difficulty. Riding a bunch. Morning, Tim. Hope you're well today. Thank you, Tim. Thumbnail all down to you know who. I feel really good actually. I feel really good. I usually have my training difficulty between 60 and 80. But we talk about it a lot. We can't ride outside in Wales, Mark. But we can, but only for 5-10 miles. So it's not really worth it. I've got good enough equipment. To ride indoors, luckily. But it fluctuates. My training difficulty. How are you on? Pleasure. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I avoid the news as well. Probably not, William. Gotta look after Gus and Q in this race. They're gonna get a better result than me. Just gotta be there for them. I'll take the pressure off them. One of the two. I know, I spotted Ali. It's like all timed. There's a little group going. There's Gus. Split it up behind. There's the gap. Oh, Q was caught out the other side. Yeah, match boot. I'm sure he's got plenty. Yeah, come on, Q. Come on, Gus. What's Chris doing? Oh, nice. Nice. I'll check it out. We don't even need a clock. It's not even our house. We have the phones. No, we just don't use it. It's 8 gram. Thank you, Graham. I just saw him then. I just saw the gap go. It's only like a group of 50 now. Yeah. Kickr! Guys! Move up! How's mine? Ah, I didn't know the US champ was in it. Sat at the back. It's the best place, eh? Somebody's trying to get back on. 4 seconds down, look. Set up legs. From Japan. Put out some big power. Gus! Ah, I got a burrito, we can swap. It might suit me more actually. Not long now. Oh, he's not going to make it, is he? He's doing 7 watts per kilo now. No, wait. He's made it. Meditation. Oh, go first. Must be going straight on there now. Oof. 6k. Fast hill downhill coming up. Bang! Straight into Libby Hill. All in for Goose. Yep, Goose. It is like with 3 watts per kilo at the back. Absolute animal. Nah, I'm not going for a win. We're running for Gus. What goes around comes around. Gus has got a better power profile than me on the short kicks. So this is Gus's little ride. It's only fair. We at least invest a little bit. It's the least we can do. At least we're easy to spot, like Gus is on a pink Tron, I'm on a yellow one. We're right next to each other, isn't it? That's really good. 5k to go. Just get a little bit closer to the front for the descent. Not too close. Whoops. I'll do. Is Gus still up there? His climb starts roughly a k to go, is it? Oh, there's Gus. And Ricky, right. That's a good shout, Simon. He needs to hit the ghost in front of me and then I hit the burrito. I don't, we have the punch. Oh, there's a rider going for it. This is where we're needed. That's my pull. Go on, guys. What the heck? See, now it's 100% training difficulty. Oh, look at that. Awesome ride, guys. Top 20. Awesome ride. Matt 1. That's interesting. Matt, you're watching the stream. You must still be watching it. What happened at the end? Tell us what happened. Leo go too early then. Go get Kickr in. It's a weird system, like at cycling net. Some riders have like, even Leo's like a very, very good rider across all spectrums of effort. I think like nobody would dispute that, but it would only take like one rider like Matt for like to have like a very, very exceptional, like world class 38-second power. You know, it could be very random like that, and then like there now, you know, he puts Leo away on like I don't know what the effort was in total, but just out of perspective, you know, that's how it works like that, you know. Like somebody can have a very, very good, you know, 49-second effort, and then trying to do a 55-second effort, and they just go, oh. So like that now for Matt might like massively, massively suit him. I'm just speculating, obviously, but that's what most of it is. Unless Matt jumps in. Come on, Matt. You were watching the stream earlier. Yes, you did solid, but you did absolutely solid. Look at the people who are there. Like Ali Slater, Peter Poley. Like, that's some super company you've got. And like, considering you have no power up, you're pretty much on the same time.
that does about 50 people. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lengthy stream, but we touched on a lot and we did a lot, and we did that ride earlier. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the new thumbnail. Check out the description where you can find the link to KOM Comhunt TV. That was all thanks to our friend over there, Scott. Any tips on how to be that guy that beats people with low watt per kilo? Yeah, you're in the right place for that. There's some real experts in that field who are regular guys on this chat. If I was you, I would pick flat races that you know have like a good chance of sticking together to the finish, and try and practice just sitting at the back in the last third, but with as little power as you can get away with. Like, just practice it. You know, you won't get dropped, because as soon as you notice it going, you'll just close the gap. But it just gives you, you know, you might last 30 seconds there, you might last 40 seconds there before the last stick, and then you snap back on. But you'll be able to extend that range. The more practice you have, you'll be able to extend it to, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you get to like an hour race, and you can spend the whole time riding 1 watt per kilo less than everyone else. You know, it's a fine art, and I still think, you know, we all practice and we all make mistakes. Like, yeah, like Gus there now, like with going through C groups and things, it's very hard when you go through other groups. You got to be careful. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, I hope it blew away part of your day. If you're doing some work at the computer, if you're riding yourself, if you're doing whatever, I hope that's done. Hope that's done something for you in some way. So we're gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna be racing the US League thing. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Nice to meet you. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. See you at Eggheads. We'll have some more Ed mods soon. I appreciate you watching. Well done, Gus, again. Well done, Matt, if you're watching this back. Top ride. And we'll catch you very, very soon.